Namaskar, I am Chinmay Khadke and I welcome you to this weekly weather video from India Meteorological Department. Here we will be discussing the weather that was observed over last week and also the expected weather in upcoming 2 weeks. If we look at the synoptic features that were observed in the past week, then the Western Himalayan region, there were two successive western disturbances that affected the Western Himalayan region. Because of these western disturbances, there was also induced scissor that was observed over Punjab and Haryana region. If we look at the northeastern part, then there was a scissor, that is a cyclonic circulation that meandered over central and northeastern Assam, and another cyclonic circulation in low tropospheric levels over sub-Himalayan West Bengal was observed. If we look at the peninsular region, then almost throughout this week we observed a trough, or what we call wind discontinuity, over the central Madhya Maharashtra to interior Tamil Nadu. So this wind discontinuity or troughing, that was changing day by day. However, more or less it was observed over this part of the peninsula. If we look at the weather that was observed in the last week, then the rainfall was mostly confined to the northeastern subdivisions, and apart from northeastern subdivisions, the subdivisions such as Telangana, Vidarbha, then interior Karnataka as well as West MP, it received some rainfall because of the thunderstorms. If we look at the hailstorms that were observed in the last week, then the northern states like Punjab and Haryana, Himachal and Uttarakhand, as well as the central parts of India, which includes Madhya Pradesh, Vidarbha and some parts of Marathwada as well as Telangana, and some eastern parts, that is Odisha and Jharkhand, received hailstorm in last week. Then moving on to the most important part that was observed, which was about the heat wave. Now most of the eastern subdivisions like West Bengal, Odisha, Jharkhand and Bihar, severe heat wave was observed over this part of the country. Apart from this eastern part, the peninsular part such as the Telangana, then interior Karnataka, Rayalaseema and Tamil Nadu also observed couple of days of heat wave. If we look at the warm night, some parts of eastern India as well as a couple of subdivisions in western like Saurashtra and Kutch and Madhya Maharashtra, as well as the coastal Andhra Pradesh and Rayalaseema, here we observed a warm night. If we look at the weekly rainfall that was observed in the last week, then the central part of India as well as Maharashtra, this part received large excess rainfall compared to normal in this week, whereas if we look at the eastern coastal states as well as Gangetic plains and Rajasthan, it received large deficient rainfall in last week. If we look at the season as a whole, that is from 1st of March to 25th of April, what we call pre-monsoon season, then you can see that the central part of India along with some part of eastern India and western part of Gujarat, this part received large excess rainfall in this season, whereas if we look at the southern peninsular region, then most of the southern peninsular divisions like interior Karnataka, Rayalaseema, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, it received large deficient rainfall. The same things are reflected when we look at the exact values for last week. Then this large deficient rainfall was observed over 41% part of the country, most of which was southern peninsula with minus 33% departure, and east and northeast India with minus 26% departure in last week. If we look at the complete season, then as we can see, this plus 99%, which is very large excess that was observed over central India for the entire season, and the South Peninsula at -63 stands at very large deficient rainfall if we considered the entire season. Now coming to today, as of now, today we have observed that there is a western disturbance as a cyclonic circulation over Iran. There is another circulation, now this is in low tropospheric levels in the northeastern Assam, and then there are two scissors over central part, which is western southern parts of Madhya Pradesh as well as the Madhya Maharashtra, and from these two scissors we also see a trough or wind discontinuity running over the peninsular region. Okay. So because of these weathers, what we are expecting for next week, now we will discuss. So mostly we will talk about the warnings that we have issued for next 5 days. Now if you look at the heat wave warnings for next 5 days, you can see that the eastern part of the country, like the Odisha, West Bengal, Jharkhand, Bihar, parts of UP, which is eastern UP, as well as part of southern peninsular India, which is interior Karnataka, Telangana, Rayalaseema, as well as Andhra Pradesh. All this region, you can see that throughout next 5 days it will have heat wave or severe heat wave. Now this severe heat wave will be confined mostly to the eastern India in the early days, that is the West Bengal as well as sub-Himalayan West Bengal. Then Odisha will also receive, or Odisha will also observe, likely to have severe heat wave on the 26th and 27th of April. In the later part of the week, that is 28th and 29th, the temperatures are likely to continue in the same region, and we are expecting heat wave in the 28th and 29th April as well. If we look at the hailstorm warning for next 5 days, then the western disturbance that is currently over Iran, that is likely to affect the western Himalayan region, and we are likely to receive hailstorm over the western Himalayan parts, that is Jammu and Kashmir, Leh, then Punjab, Haryana, as well as Himachal on 26th and 27th. The same region is likely to receive hailstorm during 26th and 27th of the April. If we look at the rainfall warning for next week, then we are expecting heavy rainfall over Jammu and Kashmir, Leh, as well as Himachal Pradesh on 27th of April, and on 28th of April we are expecting heavy rainfall over Jammu and Kashmir as well as Leh, and also in the northeastern states of Assam, Meghalaya and Arunachal Pradesh. If we look at the forecast for next 2 weeks, overall if we look at the rainfall, which is extended range rainfall, on the left hand side you can see week 1, that is from 25th April to 2nd of May, and the right part is from 2nd May to 9th of April. Then you can see the rainfall is likely to mostly confined to Jammu and Kashmir and the northeastern region, and some isolated activity is expected over southern states of Kerala and adjoining interior Karnataka. If we look at week 2, almost similar features are likely to be seen over week 2, but here now the northeastern part is likely to have more rainfall in this during this period, along with some rainfall activity over Kerala, interior Karnataka and Jammu and Kashmir. If we look at the anomaly for next week, then the first week we are likely to have a negative anomaly, that is less than normal rainfall over northeastern states, and positive anomaly, that is more than normal rainfall over Jammu and Kashmir and western Himalayan region. If we look at week 2, then most of the parts of the country is likely to have no rainfall or below normal rainfall. Now coming to the another important thing, which is temperatures, how temperatures are going to pan out in next 2 weeks. Then we can see that in week 1, you can see most of the parts of the country are having temperatures likely to have temperatures more than 36 or 38, with some parts, especially the eastern India, likely to have temperatures beyond 40 degrees as well. So what we are expecting is heat wave to severe heat wave. We are expecting to prevail in many places of Gangetic West Bengal and some parts of Odisha and isolated pockets of sub-Himalayan West Bengal. We are also expecting heat wave condition in isolated pockets of Bihar, Jharkhand, coastal Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Rayalaseema, Karnataka and East Uttar Pradesh during most of the week. That is, most of the days of week 1 we are expecting heat wave to severe heat wave condition over this region. If we look at the week 2 activity, again the central part as well as the eastern part, the temperatures are likely to remain in the same zone, and there is moderate probability of heat wave over isolated pockets of East Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, East Jharkhand, West Bengal, Odisha, South Chhattisgarh, Rayalaseema and coastal Andhra Pradesh, as well as this Telangana and Vidarbha region. If we look at the cyclogenesis forecast for next 2 weeks, then considering the various environmental condition and model guidance, we are not expecting any probable area of cyclogenesis in next 2 weeks. So please do visit our website, use Facebook, Instagram, Twitter handles for updates about the warnings, and follow us on our YouTube channel as well as our blog. Jai Hind.